Welcome to Virginia Tech, and you've said your prayers, little one, because it's time for Enter Sandman. A Week 1 showdown with both teams hoping to start their season off on a high note. It's the Vanderbilt Commodores and the Virginia Tech Hokies. Reese Davis, Dave Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
It's the best entrance in college football, particularly at night. Virginia Tech. Sandman, here we go. Reese?
Thanks, Holly. Season is underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Heath. He's got great speed. Got a little room. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
People still fill in the stands, and he takes the opening kickoff back to the house to fire up the crowd, fire up his teammates. What a start for this young man.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. How about that for starting things with a bang? Opening kickoff and house that baby. What a job there. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Snags a quick pass on the left. And he got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Vandy. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back. No one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. What's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in Week 1.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Back to pass. It's Carter. This time he's got his man. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down.
And I can't wait to watch the Vanderbilt Commodores moving forward, because without Diego Pavia, what does this squad look like? Eli Stowers was a baller, too, who just went to the NFL in the first-round pick at tight end. It's a new era. Can they sustain this offense that they've had the last couple years? Who takes the helm? What does it look like? Palmer, I got more questions. I'd love to hear your answers.
Yeah. He's loose. Guided out of bounds at the 22. Good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Second down, he'll throw it. Oh, they're after him. Makes the catch. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. You just hope this turns out not to be too serious. First quarter, game one. It's tough to take an injury this early. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Alexander. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He's got it again. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line's going to have to play.
Caught. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point is good. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Keith. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They give it to the freshman, his first carry. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. He'll run it again. Runs through a tackle. Changing on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
Oh, what a nice run. He's showing you his athleticism there. You guys remember back in the day when we were calling a game here and the all-time great Virginia Tech running back Kevin Jones came up to the booth and he got into a vertical leap contest with Paul, and it was awesome. This guy on the field, man, he's got so much skill and ability. He's strong and he's fast, and I think he can also out-jump there.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
And he delivers the angry stiff arm, but is greeted by an angrier defense.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. Third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so Nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
The Hokies come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Fires to the middle. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on 3rd down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that's exactly what he did. The right spot, breaking on the football.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. On 4th down, looking to pass. Turns it up. Makes the catch, and he's free. The 20. The 10. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch it.
It's so nice to have that tight end that can be a chess piece. You can move him around, and then guess what? He can break tackles. He can make explosive plays. You've seen tight ends grow and get faster and bigger and stronger, and they throw it to him short, and look at the speed. He does the rest for the long touchdown catch.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Brown. He was looking for a lot more on that one. Instead, he's out of bounds at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They'll run play action. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Picked off. Bringing it back. He's at the 20. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Hokies. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, it's Carter. Got it in the middle, it's Sherrill. And they're able to make the tackle.
Well, I think for that play to work, you need to have some access and cushion and coverage. For the receiver to be able to do something with it after the catch. That time, the defender was just way too close, all over him. And he tackles him for no gain.
He wants to take the top off. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Man, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know it's
finding some room. Makes it past the marker. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a 1st down.
And most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a 1st down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
It's complete to the right. There he goes. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
And this is why defensively, man, you want to keep your guy in the pocket. Like, once he starts to scramble, all the rules change, and now everybody's got to kind of adjust, and the running back just works towards the sidelines. As he starts to roll to the right, he creates a little bit of space, and they just...
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. Middle of the end zone, he's got it. The AT unit on the field. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. Let's see what he can do with the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Running inside. It's Overton. Gets a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains.
He's going to take a shot. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
And as an offense, you want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that one, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots. You soften up the coverage. You get those safeties playing deep. That's going to open up your running game later on.
Throws to the wideout. Working the middle. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's it for this period, and it's Virginia Tech on top. Fireworks aplenty in this first quarter, and these two teams put up some numbers as we look at the stats. Now, I'm not going to argue if this production keeps up as we start the second. So first down here as they go back to work. He goes right back to the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle.
VU.
Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
SI.
Well, we know they talked
NE.
to the coaches before the game. They wanted to get this guy
SS.
involved. Weren't able to do it early, but they saw the matchup, took advantage of his speed, and it's a long touchdown.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes a minute to figure out what the defense is doing, but then now you figure it out, and now you go to your go-to guy. He has all the speed, man. He can win outside. You want to play man-to-man coverage on him? You want to leave him on an island? It's not going to turn out well.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Throws for the tight end. And the timing just a hair off.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but, man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch. And in this case, even catching the football, it was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, here's an interesting situation after that incompletion for the offense all of a sudden, because you've had success. You've scored 2 touchdowns on your first 2 drives. You've got to be playing with a lot of confidence. Does that carry over and make you feel like going for it here on 4th down? You've got the playmaker.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. The give on the option. Here's a little room there. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. It's Overton. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimum gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Looking for a crease to the left. Touchdown, Hokies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
He'll bring it out. It's Barnett. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Here comes the Commodores offense onto the field, ready to start the drive. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury for defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Looking to throw, it's Carter. He's going for the big play. And they're unable to connect on the long pass. He caught it, but he was out of bounds. It's incomplete. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And now on second down for this offense. The run inside. It's Alexander. Might have a chance. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Just got to finish the play if you're the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
Behind the chains now on second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Nowhere close on that one as he got twirled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds the tight end. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one.
Snags it, and he's open. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. And the Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Carter. Finds his man, it's Spence. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
And that's a big play for this offense, and they need to get going. They've built themselves a deficit. They need points on this drive, or else, guys, the second half, we're going to be telling old war stories, right? Like that back in my day.
Into the house. Touchdown doors. He'll try to tack on one more.
Well, I love the decision-making by the quarterback, going to his go-to receiver in that situation of the game. But defense, come on. You got to know that's the guy the QB is looking for.
Clock stops as Virginia Tech calls its first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Handoff to the single back. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up and get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Pressure coming. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break.
Yeah, that is a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Now he's going to throw back to the middle. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Alexander. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Looking downfield, it's Carter. Throwing right. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that one. Good coverage.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Here's the pressure. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
Well, defenses get excited when they see the quarterback in an empty backfield like that. They know, hey, I'm not going to have to beat a running back or a tight end to get there. If I get to him, I might have an opportunity to knock this thing loose, and that's exactly what happened for the defense.
On the direct snap, it's Overton. Turning it on. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
First carry of the season. Commodores signal for a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Running inside, it's Brown. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. Timeout taken by Vanderbilt. That's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Spits it out to the back. He's got it. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. With the line of scrimmage at the 28, this would be about a 45-yard field goal attempt. They're going to keep the offense out there on 4th down. Trying to get it to the marker. He's inside the 15. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Virginia Tech wants to take a moment. They call their 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. This offense is about to face the one thing that can stop it. Time expiring in the 1st half. Before then, they can get another score. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. Timeout called by Virginia Tech. That's their 3rd and final one. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. To the air on 2nd down. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech!
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all 1st half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Coming out with it, it's Barnett. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Wants to throw. It's Carter. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Makes a deep grab. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw it again. Catch in the middle. It's Adams. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another 1st down. Wants to throw it again. Looking to the big tight end. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. We begin with Boise State taking on the number 16 team, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. And it's the Broncos coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week, pushing them to 1-0 on the short season. Here now a look at some other games of note today, including a big upset with major implications.
Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Makes the catch. It's Adams. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Looking downfield, it's Carter. Bringing the heat. And they got him.
And this defense just continues to dominate the football game. This score is lopsided. It's not looking good. But I know one thing.
If you wait just a second, they're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Looking long. Oh, it's picked off. Not the 2nd half start they'd hoped for. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to come up with that turnover. run inside. It's Overton. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down.
Reese, never a doubt. Are you kidding me? He had a 2-yard cushion there. Like, he knew exactly where he was on the field, trying to throw the ball down the field, create some space, right, to make it easier for your play caller. Quarterback gets sacked, but thank goodness it wasn't a safety.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's going to run it. He's turning it loose into the middle. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26.
I absolutely understand the thought process of this offense. The defense has to cover 99 yards. I'm okay with throwing the football, but, man, you got to throw that thing aggressively where only your guy can get it, not the defender. They make a big play, create some big momentum, and set their offense up in awesome field position.
This offense was just hoping for one big play. They finally got it. They're trailing big in this game, and they needed that pitch and catch to put them on the doorstep to make this a game again. Give them credit. They never lost their confidence. They never stopped being aggressive, and finally 2 guys hook up. Massive play for the offense.
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To the air, it's Carter. Got his man. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. The Commodores are in the hurry-up. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Commodores! And they take it in for 6 more points. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
He'll bring it out. It's Heath. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Virginia Tech opens this drive as the offense looks ready to go. Their lead now down to 14. Might feel a little game pressure on this drive. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. As we check in with Holly.
Guys, things are starting to get intense down here on the sideline. The turnovers have been the story of this game, and it all starts with this defense. After that last interception, they came to the sideline, and the guys keep saying, let's keep eating. This defense is fueling this team today and taking control of the game. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly.
And I think everybody holds their breath when that QB is back to throw and he's right near the goal line. You never know if it's truly a safety, but he just gets out of the end zone and avoids the safety.
First priority is to take care of the ball here. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Man, now and if this offense could go back, they'd be like, throw it away. You know, don't take the sack earlier in the downs because the scramble now puts you in a good 4th down.
Guys, look at this. A surprise. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Lets it fly. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, the good news is after that second pick of the 3rd quarter now for this guy, they're still winning the game, but they are living dangerously right now. And they can't expect to hold on to that. This guy keeps making bad decisions like we've seen here now in the first period of the second half.
Man, it's got to be frustrating because you always talk about taking care of the football, and you've got to lead in the second half. You need your quarterback to play small.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. grabbed in the backfield. It's Thomas. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Third quarter here, 2nd and 10 as we are getting this season underway in the opening week.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
Working that left side now. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Well, a short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. To the air, it's Carter. Under fire, and it's a sack.
And that is how it's done. It's go time in the red zone, 3rd and goal. We need a sack, need a big play. That was a monster sack by the defense. Let's go.
Right down the boulevard. Now the lead is down to 11.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one as he tries to stop short of the 25. First play of the drive comes from the 22. The RPO, it's complete. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the wideout. Hauls it in. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. And the Hokies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Tight end finds a soft spot. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. The Hokies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got a man, it's Reynolds.
Man, you gotta love the response of the quarterback. Like last possession, you make a mistake, easy to get down on yourself sometimes, but now just come out and you're absolutely surgical. 4 for 4, spreading the ball out, seeing the defense really well. Nice bounce back for this QB.
Looking for space. It's Overton. There's some room. He's at the touchdown, Hokies. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Now, a lot of of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Vanderbilt's offense out there looking to start a productive drive. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown. He's going to fire deep. He's got it way down the field. Whole situation changed after that last big play. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 39. To the air, it's Carter. Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got a man. It's Sherrill.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Fires to the right. What a job to lay out and make the catch. You know why he's piling up all these yards, David? Because the receivers won't let the ball hit the ground.
Do you remember that Jameis Winston game we called on a Thursday night? The ball didn't even hit the ground, did it?
It did not. 2 incomplete passes caught out of bounds. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Complete downfield. Touchdown, Vandy. Gets it into the end zone. Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Rams him with the stiff arm. Gets it out to the 22 before going out of bounds, and they are suddenly out of trouble. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. He'll try to do it himself. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Overton. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
He's going to have enough to pick up the 1st down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. And the Hokies come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run it. They want to take their time here.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now third down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock, but the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
Got the back over the middle. He'll be stopped right at the 40-yard line, and do they dare try to convert from their own territory on fourth down? Might be changing the route. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Fires to the right. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they went for it, but when you're up by a couple of scores, I think you're just kind of free and like, hey, let's keep scoring points. Let's keep the offense out there. Let's keep the accelerator on, and I guess, hey, who cares? We're not going to lose anyways.
Running inside. It's Alexander. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Back to throw, it's Carter. Incomplete, and they got a hand on that right at the line of scrimmage.
And it comes up empty there, but that's exactly what this offense needs to keep doing, man. Keep throwing the football. Like, don't quit. Don't give up. I know you're down a couple of possessions, but you want to show your team, man, that we're always going to fight no matter what the scoreboard is. That's what we are. That's who we are. We're competitive, and we're going to keep getting better, and that's the goal of this squad.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying.
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
The official says no good. After the missed field goal, still down by 11.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like, the field goal, miss, make, great. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Gonna run it. It's Overton. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. The Commodores signal for a timeout. It's their first. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? They give it to him again. Stopped again, and at least they made it back to the line of scrimmage this time. Timeout taken by Vanderbilt. That's their second. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. On the snap, it's Overton. Stopped immediately. Might have gotten a little cute with that run on third and long, and they got nothing to show for it. Vanderbilt takes his third and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
And listen, obviously, you know, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. Looking for a man. It's Carter. Here comes the heat. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now. If you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, you're going to have time to throw.
Sandman entered earlier, and now they're trying to make it go night-night on this 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Finds a crease at the 20. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a 1st down in the red zone at the 14. Wants to go right back downfield. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect.
This is caught for the late touchdown, so let's not put this one to bed just yet.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
From the gun. And the quarterback is sacked. Big play by the defense that is probably going to be wiped out by that penalty flag. I think they jumped offside. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10.
1st down here as we dive into the college football season. A week 1 clash that has been worth every minute of it so far.